Steve Jobs and Bill Gates go back to the late 1970s when Bill Gates was writing BASIC for the Apple II computer. And back then, Apple was a much bigger company. So when Steve Jobs created the Macintosh, he brings Bill Gates down and shows him the beautiful graphical interface and gets Bill Gates all excited about writing software, including Word and Excel, spreadsheets, things like that, for the Macintosh. What he didn't realize is that Bill Gates would end up creating his own graphical user interface, Windows, and taking a lot of the business away from Apple. And so what you have is a great love-hate rivalry friendship that goes for more than 30 years. And at the end of the book, I have Bill Gates visiting Steve Jobs when he's sick in Palo Alto, talking about Steve Jobs' model and Bill Gates admitting it really worked well, having that integrated end-to-end product. And Steve Jobs even saying your model worked well too. So even though they were rivals, they knew that they were the two binary stars of the digital age. When Steve Jobs came back to Apple in 1997, he realized he needed to restore the relationship with Bill Gates, because Bill Gates and Microsoft were no longer writing that much software for Apple computers. So he just called up Bill Gates, said, I'm coming to see you, and I want you to start writing great software for the Mac again. And Bill Gates had a soft spot for Apple and said, sure, and even took an investment in Apple. And it was the one great mistake that Steve Jobs made in terms of announcement. He announced it at a Macworld in Boston, and then he put Bill Gates up on the screen to talk about it, looming on the screen. And it almost looked like that 1984 ad with Big Brother on the big screen looming behind it. And all the fans of Apple at Macworld started booing, and Steve had to say, no, 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 sometimes your rivals are also your friends. Apple products reflect Steve Jobs because they're beautiful. They have a great aesthetic. They're done in great taste. And as Steve Jobs once said about Bill Gates, he says, you know, he's a good businessman, but he just has no taste. He doesn't have a passion for music or art or design. And so indeed, Windows products, Microsoft products, are very good. And they get better every time there's a new edition of them. But it's not like Steve Jobs, who makes sure that the minute he launches a product, it is beautifully designed and just stuns you as it comes out of the box. If you look at an iPod in the box, it looks like a little gem as you pull it out. If you get a Zune from Microsoft, it's a very competent product, but it does look like it's been designed in Uzbekistan or someplace. And that's why Steve Jobs always said the one thing we're bringing is a passion for great design, great art, and great taste. And that's why Apple's always standing at that intersection of art and technology.